Yo, what's up guys? CastnBlast back, and I am here with your GoHo guide. I had a lot of comments, people asking actually for more of an in-depth GoHo guide since I'm using HOGs a lot lately. And I thought I would just give you, let's paint a broad picture here, and let's start. GoHo comes in so many forms, guys. This is my personal favorite, my go-to, right? You got your 2 golems, you got your 24, 25 hogs is what I like to bring, about 7 wizards. I usually bring one of these little fellers, and I usually bring wall breakers and a jump and heals. A wall breakers and a jump, I like to get multiple levels into base. Now, you got to use a little bit of base reading. So this base, he's got a wide open lane here, and then a big pocket in the middle, single pockets on the outside, and a big old island for his expos. The main goals you want is to get your heroes, your kill squad into their heroes. So there's their 2 heroes. You have to kill the CC. You have to kill the queen. Everything else is gravy. Setting off traps, which here's a giant area for traps. There's an area for traps, and who knows, back wall and inside here. So, if I bring my heroes down the gut and I jump into this cell, I'm getting probably everything I need. And then I can just hog around the outer edge of the base, which works for me. So that means I can drop my wall breakers, bring 1 jump, and load up on some cleanup troops because this base is so spread out, right? So I'm deciding to enter the base, coming at the queen, and jump. Now that I got that set, it's going to put all my kill squad in range of both heroes, some splash, and the trap. But what's that going to do? It's going to funnel everything in the middle, and I know I'm going to get pegged from the side super hard right off the bat. And that CC, I actually had information that it was a hound due to couple fails by my teams, that there's a hound in the CC. Hound can be a problem when you're diving into the base and everything's shooting on you. You got that double cannon, both expos. So I do something old school. I decide, and this is a process, I pull the hound and I bring it to the outside, aggro it, and just stick my queen on it. While that's happening, the second thing you always need to do is map out your defensive fire ranges. See what buildings, which pretty much all these buildings from here to here, you can take all these buildings for free without getting any damage on golems. You're wasting nothing doing it. So take those buildings before you put anything interior to the base. So you can see I pull the hound out with an archer, and I'm simply killing that hound with my archer queen and archer, and I'm going to throw a poison down. That means nothing's going to tank my troops on. I also decide to pull it here because quickly I brought 1 golem in, and I'm cutting the funnel here. At the same time, I'm going to cut the funnel on the outside here with just a whiz. That just leaves me what you need is anchor buildings. Anchor buildings. Your troops have to follow a progression of buildings to go where they need. So don't cut the middle before you cut the edges, guys. That's called a beautiful funnel. Funnel everything in. Leave anchor buildings for your troops to attach to, and that way they'll go into the base. So as you can see, speeding up a little bit, my troops start flowing into the base, and in comes. Now I knew that jump was going to take my troops, my kill squad, away from here. So what do? I come first with my hogs directly at those expos as my troops are working to the right of the base. With that wide funnel, I was able to already start taking out the outside. So now I know the line my hogs are going to use, and you got to know this pre-hand. So your hogs are going to meet here, and they're going to start running on the outside. At the same time, your heroes, your kill squad should be in the base messing this up. So you know you're going to need to put a heal, and a heal, because your hogs are going to come in a straight line across the edge of the base. Just map out in your head, know what's going to happen, so you're not you know, just jumping to things. You can see my hogs take out those perfectly. At the same time, my kill squad's making entrance into the middle of the base. Oh, what do you know? He's got a troll Tesla farm on the outside. Not a worries. I was already planning on healing there because there's whiz towers and my hogs are moving beautifully as a wall together across everything. Man, those almost help my hogs move in unison, right? And what does that mean? It means on the inside, he threw a quadruple bomb. Quadruple bomb. He sure set all his chickens in one basket, right? So heroes took that out for me. My hogs stayed under heal the whole time, and I still got my entire Buller kill squad and queen left. Golemites actually on the outside and the inside. Hogs marching around, and they're just going to finish off that. I brought in all those extra troops because how spread out the base is. So I started, you know, slowly putting them in the base while those sections are being cleaned, and that gives me a quick 3-star. So once again, we're looking at the same set here again, right? Pretty much the same exact troop, except now he's bringing wall breakers. That's because there's so many outside boxes. So you got a couple natural anchor points for your golems. And I always like to measure out these, you know, see if they touch each other. A lot of people will put their mortars overlapping. So like that ring will be right, you know, here. So bring your golems in close to the interior tips, and these mortars will just sit there and fire back and forth. It's always fun to do. They're not, so he knows he's going to get a little splash on his whiz. No worries. Wall break in there and a single jump. That's going to get him deep into the core. It's going to get that queen, and the king's probably going to aggro into that cell. So you know you're getting both heroes. What is that? 3 whiz towers, an X-bow, a queen, and the CC. Oh, man, such a perfect plan. And the rest of the base, you have 23, 24, 25 hogs, whatever. It depends on if you're bringing cleanup troops or a giant to tank. I usually bring a giant to tank. But with 3 heals, you know, if you're using your heals on those investments of your hogs, you're going to have more than you even possibly need. So great funnel. Once again, he just funnels out those outside buildings, making sure everything's going to anchor into an inside building. The CC starts pulling. He throws down a poison, which hits the CC and the enemy queen. Man, I love when you can do that. Doesn't need a rage because, guys, I'm just telling you, with those golems tanking, if you cut a good funnel, the bouncing, your heroes, your king under rage, you're putting more of an investment when you're bringing 24 hogs than on your kill squad. So a lot of people will bring a rage, a jump, and 2 heals. Well, with 24 hogs, you are investing a lot on your hogs. I like to heal them 3 times. I'm only wasting, you know, my heroes and a CC and some golems, whatever. And they're getting their job done. They're doing what they needed to do. I like to invest on the front end. Now, where I would say bring a rage for your kill squad is if you have to punch through so much high HP buildings, like all these are on the inside there, just to get to those heroes or something, then you can make a case for a rage, but you better be getting a lot of distance out of that kill squad if you're using a rage. So right now his troops are just simply cleaning up that first cell under heal. Nothing's going to hurt the hogs. And as they jump over to that next cell, boom, get that heal down. Because if they hit a bomb and another bomb and there's no heal, then they're gone. So another heal, perfect. And what do you know? There's one cell left and there's another heal. But what just happened? His hogs just turned into micro machines, right? So, oh yes, I love the shrink spell. So glad it made an appearance in Wars. No, was not a big fan of the shrink spell. It's ruined a lot of attacks, and its effects just keep lasting and lasting and lasting and slowing. And finally, his hogs are growing back to normal size, but the base was already crushed way before that. Make sure you have cleanup troops and you're throwing them in early. If your hogs have cleaned to this spot, put your cleanup troops over here. I mean, after doing all that work and using all those troops, don't lose 99% time fail, please. So set those troops in, and there you go. That's a shattered GoHo. Let's take a look at something new. So what if you need to punch through more HP, and you need to get deeper in a base, and you can't get a wall break in. This troop set works out well for many people. You know, you're using 3 golems. You got the stone now, and way more whiz. The hogs are pretty much an afterthought in this. You have now. Bowlers in the CC, of course, you have to get travel. Out of 3 golems, your heroes, and way more wizards, you have to get distance when you're using a stoned rather than shattered. So you're using the majority of the spells, maybe all the spells. And the end part of the game, you're mainly surgically deploying your hogs is the goal you want. So he's going to come directly at the heroes in this one and start jumping through the middle of the base. And you have to get 3-4 levels deep in the base with a stoned GoHo attack. If you're using that much troops and you want to get that deep, your goals are you have to actually get both heroes, and both expos need to be pretty much obtainable, and the majority of the splash and bombs. I mean, you're simply surgically using your hogs on the back end of this attack. If done right, sometimes you're swagging multiple hogs. If not, I've seen all the hogs swagged, and it's, you know, you can't even really call it a GoHo then, just a go-we, I guess. But come in, make sure you're getting some damage on your golems. Let them take the brunt of it. Once your troops get in position where, you know, they're not going to move around a lot, but they have a lot to shoot and hit and bounce, definitely throw that rage down. Double jump is what I see a lot, because you're going to need to get to multiple layers. If you can get away with 1 jump and a rage and a heal for your kill squad, that way you still get a heal for your hogs. But it's very important to keep those bowlers going in this attack. So you can see his queen missed the boat there. Everything left her, but everything's focusing on these golems. So now it is his only chance, you know, to get those hogs in. He's still saved a couple wizards, but get the hogs in slowly, and then kind of start picking everything apart. He sees his queen moving to the side, and there was a double trap there, so he had to spend the only heal he had for his troops. He hits a bomb, and he hits that whiz tower, and it almost messes up the entire attack, especially that last bomb there, man. He found all the traps at the end. But being patient, you have to wait for the attack to develop, and thankfully it worked out for him. So to throw a couple more sockets in the a wrench in the engine, we're looking at a stone triple golem again here, right? So your goals, you got to get the queen, you got to get the king, and both expos, right? That you just got to do it. That's interior spot. There's possible trap, maybe trap, and by that I mean bomb. But he's going kind of a hybrid, 18 hogs, so a little more hog heavy. In that case, he's bringing a jump, a rage, and 2 heals. The 1 jump can pretty much get all this taken care of with a wide funnel. And when I say wide, let's watch this. He uses a wide funnel on this, and that's why you need 3 golems. If you're going with the stoned approach, you know, triple golem, you're cutting a wide funnel, and you're getting a lot cleaned out there. So that 1 golem aggroes the king, throws a poison just to slow down and kind of take power away from the king, and his troops come up behind and they just finish off the queen. That brings his kill squads able to go into the middle. Actually, now they're going to finish off the king. They're going to kill the queen, kill the CC, and deal with the troops there. He's got a lot of bowlers left over from his, I think he's lost 1 bowler so far from his CC troops, and his kind of troops are stuck there. But he brought more hogs, because with that 1 jump, you can see, and the wide funnel, he already knew he is cutting out this portion of the base. His troops would go there, shoot everything. So it's just this last arc that leaves 1 heal spot, 2 heal spots, hence why he brought 2 heals. So I like the approach here. Always always make sure you bring or save cleanup troops. He saved 2 whizzes. He throws them, like I said, after your hogs clear out a section. Instantly put those troops in. And then his troops kind of punch in that middle area, help out with the hogs that are already destroying it. His queen's getting slowly shot by that archer tower, and it's actually going to take her out. I don't think he meant for that queen to die, as she should have been tanked. But it's perfect. I mean, most of his hogs survived with those 2 heals. Using them on the hog court, he got mileage out of his CC. His CC's still alive. His heroes and CC did a ton of work setting off traps and getting the job done, and they're still alive. That's why you know he got the mileage he needed to out of them. So it's your choice. You can go shattered. You can go stoned. Heck, you can even go cold-blooded and use 1 golem for funneling, but I wouldn't recommend that one. But that's your basic 2 sets, guys. So this is your complete utter guide, and just to throw even more into the mix, 2 golems and 4 queen walk with it. So essentially, with all those healers, you can count them as a golem, because right there you're down to 12 hogs now. So you gotta get mileage, and once you get comfortable mixing in troops and understanding to cut funnels, you can do what he does here. Great player, shown his attacks. He's very innovative. So he does a queen walk, great at queen walks. I see him use them in almost every start. And that helps get mileage out of his queen, obviously. And the 12 hogs are just to hog what's left over. So, but you can either go shattered, you can go stoned, guys. Your choice, what you prefer. I prefer shattered, and with shattered, you can go 1 heal, 2 heals or 3 heals. The 2 heals, everyone uses a rage with their kill squad. This works out if you're gonna get a lot of damage out of that. Also, if you got lower heroes, sometimes they will need that rage to get through the base. But I prefer the 3 heal method. That's me. So I hope that makes sense. More explained on GoHo. Make those funnels, save those anchor buildings, decide where you're entering the base, and then already know kind of where your hogs are going to go. If something pops up like a Tesla that you didn't expect, your hogs pathing can change, but you got to roll with the punches. You got to have an idea where they're supposed to go. And if something changes down the road, then it changes down the road. Heck, you could even do what he does here and just throw 14 hogs at the end, throw some skelly spells to distract point fire and eat up other spells, and put a healed golem to tank the entire rest of the defense and get the 3-star that way. You can mix it up however you want it, but I suggest getting a troop that you feel comfortable with, a set that you feel comfortable with, stick with them and use that set over and over again, and then branch out. So hope you like it. Hope you appreciate it. Press like and subscribe. Ask me questions if you got them. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at CastnBlast_COC. And there is your complete GoHo guide.